Hi, I'm Marco, and today on El Mundo Eats we're going to make the creamiest no-bake Oreo cheesecake. It doesn't require any gelatin also. So for this recipe we're going to need Oreo cookies, melted butter, vanilla essence, powdered sugar, some whipping cream, and of course cream cheese. The one that comes in blocks, not the whipped one or light ones. For the base I'm going to use a food processor and I'm going to crush 24 Oreo cookies with the filling and everything. Don't take the filling from inside because that's gonna help set the base and not get it so crumbly. If you don't have a food processor, you can do this by putting them in a Ziploc bag and heating them with a rolling pin. Once they are processed into fine crumbs like this, I put them in another bowl and add in the melted butter. Then I mix everything with a spoon until I get the consistency of wet sand. So when it looks like this, I add it to a 9-inch springform pan and I press it against the bottom with the spoon, and sometimes it helps to also use a flat bottom glass to help distribute the base evenly. Once the base is like this, I'm going to take it to the fridge to cool while I continue with the rest. Now for the filling, I'm going to use 18 Oreo cookies. But the difference from the base is that I'm not going to use the food processor. I'm just going to crush them with my hands because I want them in bigger pieces. I really don't recommend you doing this with a food processor because it makes really small pieces that will dye the cheesecake to a gray color. This already happened to me, so trust me, do it with your hands. Another tip I can give you is have the cream cheese at room temperature. Then it's going to be easier to mix with the rest of the ingredients. I first whisk it until it's fluffy and creamy like this, and then add the powdered sugar, vanilla extract, and whisk again until I incorporate all the ingredients. Once it looks like this, I set it aside and continue with the whipping cream. So for the whipping cream, we want to whisk it until stiff peaks. This is key to help set the cheesecake because remember, this cheesecake has no gelatin in it. Having the cream very cold from the fridge is going to help with this. Then I incorporate the whipped cream with the cream cheese mixture with folding movements to avoid deflating the cream. When everything is incorporated like this, I add the Oreo pieces that I crushed earlier. I incorporate all the Oreo pieces with folding movements with a spatula like this, and once everything is incorporated, I pour it over the base that we prepared earlier. I distribute the cream evenly with the help of the spatula, and I also shake it to avoid any bubbles inside. And to make the surface flat and even, I use this offset spatula, which I consider to be an essential when making cheesecakes. Such an underrated tool. Now I'm going to take this to the fridge overnight, and tomorrow I'm going to decorate it. And the next day I take it out from the springform pan, and to do this I use again our handy tool, the small offset spatula, to detach it from the sides. Then I lift the ring, and this is totally optional, but I like to decorate it with some whipped cream and half Oreos that I put all around. And then I finish off with sprinkling some Oreo crumbs all over the top. Such a delicious and beautiful cake. It's the creamiest cheesecake you will ever try. Look how beautiful it has set. There's no need to put gelatin in this. I hope you enjoyed this video, and next you can go and watch our other cheesecakes in the playlist. Thank you for watching.